thank you for joining me. I'm Trish. I did a reading the other week on Donald Trump, and I wasn't going to post it. It was just a short reading, and so what happened, I was reading my Realm deck from my Weird Wednesday reads, and Trump came up right in the middle of that spread. So I don't think I posted that reading either, but I think I'm going to put it together with another one that I do this week. So, but he came up in the middle of that spread, so I thought, I might just read on him. I've never done that before. So I done a little reading on him, and it said something there about like being stabbed in the back, or members of the Republican Party, I said his own party, like Republican Party going against him. So, and I believe some of that stuff's already happened. That they wanted his name taken off the ballot or something. So I believe that part of the reading it already happened, and I read on this maybe 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so I thought maybe more of that reading than is significant. So if that part has come to pass, then maybe the other part of that reading is important. So I thought I might just put this little quick simple reading up on Donald Trump and just see if anything happens with it. Hey, I'm Trish, so I'm just doing little brief readings today. I've been away from the cards for a little while, so it's just good to be back with them. So I'm just asking little brief questions. Now, my last card spread that I did had the Trump card come up, so I'm going to ask, will Trump be elected? Okay, I feel like I'm going to do this one again really deep. I'm just doing really light reads today. Okay, so the cards that I've got here is about being in a split mind about walking away. I've got the Death card and the Other Side card here, I've just got to say. They've come out, so I don't know if that's related to a death around him. But it's like I'm seeing here being in split minds. Okay, so whether that's the population split, some people turning their back on him and walking away from him, or the population just being split about which side they're on, or whether he's in split minds about walking away. Okay, we'll go in a little bit deeper, but somehow there's related to the Death card and the Other Side card. I would say that normally Death card, I read that as changes, so I always read it as changes, actually, the Death card, but because it's sitting right next to the Other Side card, there's an element around there to do with death, and on the other side. So there's an element to that, which I've got to say, because that's come out when I've asked, and I've never actually done a spread around him, which I think I will just do a spread about where his mindset is. What I'm getting here is that, okay, he wants to do things his own way. We've got the card here wanting to do things his own way, and this card here is walking away because it's like, I can't do things my way, I'm just going to walk away. Sitting right underneath the walk away card, trying to make improvements, trying to get things better, but there's a lack of tolerance going on there. There's a lack of tolerance for the way things are, and it's like wanting to uproot everything and pull everything up and make changes, but really getting a lack of tolerance towards people around him. So it's not family or people, like close people. It feels to be he's had enough of something. There's something, and that could be like the impeachments and stuff like that, but he's had enough of it. And I'm seeing here trying to make improvements, like he's got good intentions. We've got the good intentions card here. He's trying to make improvements, but it's like he's getting frustrated by the amount of loops that he's got to jump through. Okay, but I do see him slowing down. So there's a reason why he has to slow down, and it's health related. Here it says a health card. This is affecting health, this card here. So also something about social anxiety as well. So it could even be mental health. So needing to slow down for health, and changes being made to make improvements around health here as well. Okay, so I'm not seeing, what I'm seeing in these cards is he's in split minds about whether he walks away from it for his own mind or mental sanity or his own health in some way. He's needing to slow down because it's a bombardment of energy and he's needing to slow down from that. I'm seeing maybe like something around death. It could be like worried about his own health. Could be there why he wants to make improvements. Maybe he's making improvements to his own health by slowing down, making changes. But I'm seeing changes and improvements going on there. Okay, maybe I didn't ask it clearly enough if he's going to win the election or be re-elected. How did I say it? It's showing me like mindsets. It's showing me mindsets about walking away, or maybe people walking away from him. But again, I'm seeing this feels to be him walking away. This feels like him wanting to do his own way, wanting to make improvements, but really having to jump through hoops and hurdles to do that, and really just having enough of all these things he's got to go through to try and make some kind of improvements that he can see that need to be made. But he's needing to slow down because of his own health, and he needs to make changes. Okay, let's look at the election. Let's look at the election. I think the American election could be next year. Maybe next November. And it's funny because I did my last reading that it came up in, I was asking about 2025 to 2030, and the Trump card came out. That's why I'm asking on Trump. Okay, will Trump be President of America? Will Trump be re-elected President of America? I'm still asking it wrong. Okay, will Trump win the 2025 election? Okay, so I'm seeing a favourable result for his team. So whether that's Republicans or something around his team, there's a favourable result for his team, but I feel like he needs to get away and relax. So whether that is actually means that he's going to be running or his team will be running, but I see a favourable result for his team, but for some reason he needs to get away. He needs to get away from it. Here I'm seeing social network and gossip behind your back. So that's either gossiping on social media or his social network. Okay, this is his social network. Saying things behind his back or knifing him in the back. So yeah, needing to be careful around who's on his side, who he can trust. Yeah, but something going on behind his back surrounding his network. So his network, there's something going on around his back. But again, it says get away. So he's got to be careful who he's around. It's like get away from some people. There's a bit of, I don't know if it's dishonesty or okay, so I've just asked, Okay, again, I'm getting a positive outlook. So around that, there's a positive outlook around it, but there's delays going on around it. Somehow there's delays or suspensions going on around this election, and he needs to protect himself. Again, the cards about having to protect yourself is there, having to be careful about who's in your social network, who's in your little circle, having to protect yourself. And something here about power struggles within his network, around him. So within his team, there seems to be power struggles or him needing to step back. But I do see favourable results around his team, is what it's saying, his team. Favourable results and a positive outcome around his team, it's saying. But for him, he has to be cautious around his circle because there's something going on behind his back that he needs to protect himself from, and it involves power struggles, some kind of power struggles. Okay, first time I've ever looked at Trump, so I might do another reading there one day where I do a full layout and look at his whole energy. I just looked around the election time, around what's going to happen next year around him. But it seems to be there is some positive outlook around his team, but there's some issues going on with him that he needs to be careful about who's in his network, because there's he's got to protect himself in some way, and he's also got to watch his health. I saw in that first spread, and he just needs to be, and it's like deciding whether he needs to walk away from something, and there's power struggles going on there. I will see you next time.